Amandla. Amandla. Emazweni. 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 Bakalanga. Ye-ANC. 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 Emazweni. Bakalanga. Emazweni. Bakalanga. Amandla. Sasekseni ngo-4 o'clock. Monday. Sasekseni ngo-4 o'clock. Mandela. 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 Amandla. I'm sure we can start, comrades. Comrades, let me take this opportunity to appreciate your patience. On behalf of the officials and on your behalf, comrades, we want to take this opportunity to thank the delegates to this conference for their patience and for their intense debates. And we are happy that this conference is coming to an end without any incident. Indeed, this was a conference of branches, the basic unit of the ANC. And in a true sense, you have shown that as branches of the ANC, you know your rights, you understand the constitution of the ANC, you understand the ANC and your duties as members. I also want just to deal, before I get into the declaration, to deal with the issue of the 63 queries or votes, so that out there in the media or in the public we clarify this matter and we close it. Out there were these 63 votes or delegates, but out of the 63, only 16 were found to be valid, and those delegates participated in the voting, and their results will be counted. And they have also voted in the second round. So we are just clarifying this matter so that there is no confusion out there. So allow me to read the declaration of the 54th National Conference of the African National Congress. We, the nearly 5,000 ANC delegates, having met at NASREC Johannesburg, Gauteng, from the 16th to the 20th of December 2017, during the centennial celebrations of our longest-serving president, Isithwalandwe, Seaparankoe Oliver Reginald Tambo, we convened under the theme of, I quote, "Remember Tambo, towards unity, renewal, and radical socio-economic transformation," close quote, to remind ourselves of Comrade OR legacy of selfless service to his people and our duty to emulate him in working for the unity and renewal of our organization. An ANC that is united and committed to the people's interest remains the best vehicle to bring about fundamental and radical socio-economic transformation of society to create a better life for all South Africans. President Tambo called on the movement to ensure that the ANC remains a people's parliament. Delegates came from across the length and breadth of the country to discuss and adopt policies that affect the people's lives. Our debates, comrades, were enhanced by the contributions from fraternal partners from across the world. Our alliance partners, the South African Communist Party, the Congress of South African Trade Union, and the South African National Civic Organization, as well as the broad mass democratic movement. Delegates confirmed their commitment to work tirelessly for the fundamental renewal of the ANC. We emerged from the 54th National Conference more united and determined to lead the struggle for a united, non-racial, non-sexist, democratic, and prosperous South Africa. In this regard, conference agreed on the Asian tasks to strengthen the movement and modernize the way we function, both as a liberation movement and an electoral party. We paid tribute to the patience of the thousands of ANC delegates who worked long hours participating in the internal democratic processes and who never wavered from fulfilling their responsibilities entrusted to them by their branches and other structures of the organization. Long before the national conference across the country, ANC members met in branch general meetings and constitutional structures, making invaluable and robust contributions to the organizational and policy debates of national conference. The 54th National Conference reaffirmed that the ANC will guide the South African economy in accordance with the Freedom Charter's call that the people shall share in the country's wealth. We shall, as urgently as possible, bring together government, labor movement, business, and communities in a social pact to accelerate economic growth and create jobs. Conference resolved that the ANC should, as a matter of policy, pursue expropriation of land without compensation. This should be pursued without destabilizing the agricultural sector, without endangering food security in our country, and without undermining economic growth and job creation. We have also committed to speed up programs of providing basic services to our people, and in this regard, we will ensure that all spheres of government are capacitated to meet their obligations. The ANC commits the people of South Africa that we shall isolate and root out corrupt tendencies in the public and private sector. International work remains a key pillar of transformation for the movement. And in this regard, the 54th National Conference recommitted the ANC to work for a better Africa and a better world. And we commit to the strengthening of the African Union and SADC. The ANC unreservedly condemns the resurgence of modern slavery, including the slave trade in Libya, as a crime against humanity, and calls on the South African government to continue working with the Libyan authorities, the African Union and international community to bring an end to this practice. The ANC expresses its concern about the rise of right-wing nationalism and the growing trend towards protectionism, which has the potential of worsening global tensions. We reaffirm our solidarity with the people of Western Sahara, Palestine, and Cuba. Delegates endorse the proposal that we must give practical support to the oppressed people of Palestine and resolve on an immediate and unconditional downgrade of the South African embassy in Israel to a liaison office. Conference direct ANC branches to lead communities in furthering local development and service delivery and building non-racialism and non-sexism. ANC cadres must develop programs aimed at stamping out social ills, including gender-based violence, alcoholism, and drug abuse, and in building social cohesion. Conference deliberated upon the plight of young people and agreed that a skills revolution is an absolute necessity if we are to fully explore the energies for the greater good of society. It is for this reason that the ANC remains committed to the implementation of free higher education for children of the poor and working class at all public universities and TVET colleges, starting from the 2018 academic year. Delegates to this conference were sharp in their criticism that our electoral process, both as an organization and as a country, do not always guarantee the full representation and participation of women in key decision-making structures. We are resolute that the ANC will find sound, effective, and sustainable structural mechanisms to ensure the full realization of women's potential, especially in leadership roles. It is our belief that the full participation of women in the leadership structures of society will constitute a giant leap towards the total emancipation of women. Comrades, we came to this conference cognizant of the fact that the movement was deeply divided and was tearing itself apart. Critically, our standing in society was declining as a result of our own subjective weaknesses. In the process of the 54th National Conference, we engaged one another robustly and frankly, addressing difficulties head-on, and with a view to build consensus that is premised on the humane and revolutionary principles that define who we are as an organization. We depart from this conference fully aware that the work of restoring the integrity of the movement has just begun. We must all, from the National Executive Committee to provinces, regions, and branches, work much harder together to rebuild and unite this glorious movement of our people. Our fundamental task is to lead a concerted campaign aimed at addressing the persistent challenges of poverty, unemployment, and inequalities. The ANC must take heed of the example of the lifelong activist and disciplined member and leader of our movement, Isithwalandwe, Seaparankoe, Nelson Mandela, who said that, I quote, "The struggle is my life," close quote, and commit ourselves to being lifelong activists in the struggle to create a better life for all. In his words, we dare not fail. The struggle continua, a luta continua, matla, ke ya rona, Long live the ANC, long live. The ANC lives and the ANC leads. Amandla!